is a next weather alert from CBS News Miami.
We saw the radar a little while ago, and that pretty much tells the story. The question is, how much longer?
So we're going to continue this probably until 7, 8 o'clock, but I think the heaviest of the rain, the worst of it, are pretty much done at this point here. The atmosphere has kind of stabilized, and when we have that, you can't really have more storms that will fire in a way that they did, in the way they did before, earlier this afternoon. The flood watch, all that means is conditions are favorable for flooding to occur from the National Weather Service, still goes through tonight, and we'll keep our next weather alert on. And there are plenty of flooded streets, but not to the point where we reached a flash flood situation. So we have been doing pretty well considering this feature that's on top of us right now and all the rain that has been coming in. Not saying it's completely over, certainly not. Look at the Keys here, continuing to see some pockets of thunderstorm activity there. But further to the north, that's where we're seeing the flood advisory still in effect until 6:30. This is for Western Broward, and that is going to continue because they picked up anywhere from 1 to as much as 3 inches of rainfall. Still raining there, and so that's going to, just make the situation worse. So a messy looking radar here. So what I like to do is take away the lower rain, the kind of the lighter rain, and just show you the yellows and reds. That's where the rain intensity is strongest here. And right now, that's where we're looking at portions of Broward here in Coral Springs, heading up towards Bay, and then up towards the county line. Really, that's going to continue. Heavy rain as well down towards Hollywood, Pembroke Park, and then you get a little further to the south. This particular feature I'm going to watch because that may get into the area that is already flooded, so that may get worse over the next hour or so. And that is about as far as the heaviest rainfall. Fascinating here when you talk about these storms. It's an interesting thing. We always talk about Brickell and how Brickell is prone to flooding. We've had plenty of rainfall, particularly west of the reporting stations, but we have a bubble of almost nothing here across Miami downtown. That is quite something and unusual. So what's happened is the storms fired to the north, they went east, storms to the south, and they went in the same direction, and so we got left behind across Miami downtown. But there you see the very heavy rainfall that has fallen, anywhere from 2 to as much as 4 inches of rain. So we'll be done with the heaviest of which, that's going to be moving offshore as we head into the next couple of hours. I think the flash flood threat certainly diminishing rapidly here. Now, tomorrow, this is still a level 2 of 4, so we're keeping our next weather alert. This may drop to a 1. I'm not certain that's going to happen, but it's always dependent on the day before's rain. So if we had 6 inches of rain somewhere widespread, that would be something we'll look at. So we'll hold on to that, but we'll plan for rain tomorrow. It just may not be as heavy, and it may not produce the kind of flooding that would lead to some warnings here. There is the culprit, the low that continues to move away, and that's going to pull the moisture out of here. So Wednesday, sun is back, and we're looking excellent. Tracking the tropics, that low has the potential to turn into a tropical system here. No question about that. I'm sure you've seen social media with, one of the, so what happens, they pick one model, one run, and then they tell you that's the forecast. You can't do that. That doesn't work that way. So trends is what you look for, and it's a variety of model suites that we look for here. There is the low, and yes, eventually as it crosses over the peninsula, it can't develop over Florida, can't develop over land. It'll end up in the Gulf, and our tropical tracker will show you the broad circulation that will be with the system. And so yes, it does have a window there to develop into a tropical depression perhaps. Heading into tomorrow, let's plan your morning here. Not much going on at 6 o'clock, and this has been a drier trend, which is why I'm saying the next alert, we may have to drop that for tomorrow. This particular model is not excited about the rain at all, just pulls it all the way into the Gulf and leaves us be. So we'll keep monitoring that. Lower rain chances Wednesday, a little bit higher on Thursday. We've got a disturbance coming in from the east, but it won't last long. And then for the weekend, much quieter, drier weather for Saturday and Sunday.